Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We have the Japan Foundation Asia Center session, Evolving Asian Cities and Platforms. Thank you very much for your participation. My name is Shono of the Asian Creative Network. I would like to first of all briefly introduce our Asian Creative Network. This is UBS. This is where Asian creators show their works, and this website is to introduce their works. In making this website, Asian Creatives was a book that was published. 10 countries of Asia were looked at, and the leading creators were covered in those cities. And we had the creative scene of their countries introduced by the creators. And furthermore, in their countries, if they were to recommend some creator, we asked who they would be. So this is a book that has summarized the creators in Asia, and going around Asian countries, there were various new encounters. This is in Thailand. We have the vertical design studio. When we visited them, this is the practical design studio, and when we visited them, they showed salmon seafood. They handled the design for this. This was a redesign. This was a restaurant that even Prime Minister Koizumi had visited, and they showed hospitality and tried to introduce the best dishes in Thailand. And so we got friendly this way. And then when you go to Thailand, you can see this kind of hospitality. So if they come to Japan, but since I live in Osaka, I try to introduce the best food in Osaka, and we showed hospitality to them. So we wanted to have a cultural exchange, and through a relationship of trust, we want to do things together. And so what we decided to have is an event. Here is Zine. This was held in Bangkok to introduce manually made magazines, and through exchanges we had talk shows.
So through that kind of exchange, we had built a good connection, which cannot be just built with politics or economics. So by connecting people, maybe we would be able to see the Asian future in a different manner. So creators getting together, being connected. And we wanted to create an organization to link us all together. That's how we founded Asia Creative Network. So connect Asia through creativity to create the better future. And we have members in Asia, where they are working for this ACN. So we have people from Korea, Vietnam, Indonesia, Thailand, China, and Japan. And we've started the award, Asian Creative Awards. This is the award exhibition. We've done it in August this year with the Takeo Company Limited, Nihoncho Honten. And that is and also we have had the Asian Creative Cross Forum to share and learn more. And this is another event, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday in Osaka. It's the Central Public Hall. That's the historical hall. 120 pairs of artists from Asia to get together, and that's called Unknown Asia. So Asian Creative Network is working on such different projects. And today's theme is creative platform. Why did we choose this theme? Well, this person is the leader in the graphics in Indonesia. His name is Helman. And when we put together that book, when we visited Indonesia, I met him, and he is the leader and a success person in Indonesia in graphic design, but actually he wasn't satisfied only with his own success. He wanted to connect creators, to nurture, to develop more and more, to put together the power of them. So creative platform or collective growth was actually worked upon. And with Herman, or like Herman, there are many creators in Asia who are not satisfied only with their own success. They want to try to put together a creative platform or using their collective power. Just like Wikipedia, it is a connection of creative knowledge. So that to bring or modernize world more and more, or to update the world more and more, it is really a modern day characteristics and linkage. And when we talk about creative platform of different countries, there are differences between countries. So I'd like to talk about the situations of different countries in Asia. First, I'd like to talk about Singapore. Singapore. Do you know how big or small the Singapore is? It has a very small area of land. It's just like Awajishima in Japan, meaning that it doesn't have natural resources, and even water they have to buy from Malaysia, its neighboring country. And Malaysia and Singapore. Singapore has grown so much as the country of planned country. Of course, the leader, strong leader, Mr. Lee Kuan Yew, under him, it had a very long-term, comprehensive urban planning. And based upon that plan, they have grown to be such a great city. And another factor is language. Singapore has 4 official languages: English, Chinese, Mandarin, and Malay, and Tamil language. And then, of course, education is done in English, so almost everybody speaks English in Singapore. And also, in Singapore, there are about 75% of Singaporeans are Chinese ancestry, of Chinese ancestry. Therefore, many people can speak Chinese and English, meaning that in the world, Chinese and English are spoken by so many. So it is their strength. And based upon their strength, they are actually going beyond the boundary, grow to the world. And Mr. Jackson Tan, along with Jackson Tan, there's another person, creator in Singapore, Chris Lee. He has won more than 100 international world awards. The Singapore is just like it is an international country, and also it has the language strength, and it goes and transcends national borders. And because of its planned nature, it is actually a smart and intelligent country. And next is Thailand. As you can see, Thai is represented by this kind of flea market. It is called a Chatuchak weekend market. It is said to be the world's largest flea market. It sells the day-to-day sundries and clothing and food and pets, and more than 15,000 stores are opened up, and then every week 200 to 300,000 visitors come to this flea market. And young fashion designers in Thailand actually have their, let's say, items shown and sold, and then department buyers come here to look for new designs and designers. And those designers do find the promising young designers, and such young designers can be successful through that kind of department when they are recognized at the flea market. And another thing is the Siam Center. It is really a modern-day center for the fashion, and then it is very artistic interior. And then a lot of things, the fashion brands are created by Thai designer, created in Thailand. So And Threads, that is called a brand, fashion brand. It is very much popular. Beyonce and Katy Perry, such celebrities, all here in Japan. Laura and Kana Nishino and Perfume do wear their Threads brand costumes or clothing. And so street fashion is also very much popular. And there are street artists can be adopted or by big companies such as Toyota or others in Thailand. Street artists can be utilized by such big companies as well. In Thailand, maybe there is an environment where the motivation to create can soon take physical form and high level of uniqueness can emerge. And then Japan. And Japan can be said as Tokyo, concentration in Tokyo. That is one of the characteristics of Japan. In 1970s, we had the GDP growth rate as 9%, but now we are on a negative growth phase, so it is saturated probably here in Japan. So the saturated Japan, in that kind of situation, what is the situation in creative scene? One thing is that areas other than Tokyo, local areas, don't you feel really refreshing? Find it refreshing, and looking into this picture, it is Seto Naikai, Seto Inland Sea. There are islands, there's artwork in the scene, the scenery, and it helps promote art tourism, and there are increasing number of tourists coming here. And the Setouchi Art Festival is taking place, and also discover Setouchi or link Setouchi. This is Onomichi. Onomichi is a bicycle spot, and there are a lot of creators are involved in creating that kind of projects. With creators linking that kind of activities, the new attractiveness of the localities can be found. So Japan has grown so much. It is very much sophisticated, but at the same time, it is saturated. Therefore, innovativeness is really something that we are looking forward to. So there are three types of different cities, and the creative platform should be continued. So we have three countries, the innovators, Singapore, Thai, and Japan, are here today. So starting with Singapore. For this plan, well, as part of the ACN, she is the co-founder and ACN president. Tsukada Arina has been working with me as well. So now let's move on to Mr. Jackson Tan.